Hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy Friday. How's everybody doing? Let me know where you're popping in from. It looks like I'm having a hard time going live on LinkedIn. Okay, I have to have my team check that. This is real. Things happen. Drop in the chat where you're coming in from. Let me know. Where are you joining me from? And let me know what is on your mind when it comes to your health, like what's going on for you. Because today I am super excited because we are talking about the hidden sugar season, which really truly starts in a couple weeks. Right? Like as Halloween embarks us, we're going into the stores and all the stores are showing all this candy. Then everybody in our office starts to create bowls of candy as gifts and generosity. But then I say to myself, is that really being generous? It is, because they want to share, they want to give. It's everywhere. And so I will tell you, over the next, I'm going to say 90 days, but it's really now until the end of the year, we as my team are going to be showing up and supporting you to stay on track. Don't get yourself like off track when it becomes like, what are your health goals, right? So all week I have been talking to patients about like, where are they at? Where did they start with their goals? And what is that continued goal? Because we know if we take action and we track what we're doing, we're going to get results, right? So that's what I'm here to do for you, to support you. So really, like, people unknowingly step into this 10-week, I call it a sugar marathon. And really what it's doing is not helping us. It's like inflaming your brain. If you're worried about getting sick, like we talked about last week, it weakens the immune system. It causes this brain inflammation, cognition, memory, like I was just talking about. And quite honestly, if we're talking about anti-aging, it really accelerates aging, right? So I'm not going to go into the biochemistry of it because I want to support you at the level where you're at. And I'm going to share with you right now, you do not have to be one that goes on to the sugar marathon train. You don't have to get on board that train. You don't have to go on that journey. It is not calling you into it. So let's start by really grounding ourselves, because so many of us are running and trying to jump on the live and they see the email, or you're scrolling through social media and you see on social media that I'm going live today, and so you want to be part of that journey. So do me a favor, if it feels really right, if you're able to close your eyes for a moment and really imagine that it's January 2nd. And you wake up and you're ready for the year ahead. Get into that feeling. Get into that emotion. Like you're feeling clear. You're feeling ready to take action. You're feeling light and focused. And this is the best part. You don't feel that bloat. And you know what you're going to go choose to wear because you know it fits you. You don't have joint pain when you wake up. You don't have brain fog. You're not exhausted. And your energy is grounded. Just really sit with that for a minute. And then let's take it one step further and imagine so many other people are crawling out of that holiday fog, but it's not you. You led your health this season, and I helped you through that journey. You really chose confidence and clarity over chaos. You feel alive. You committed to staying on track. You kept that fogginess away. You didn't dive in to what people were bringing you towards when it comes to showing up for yourself and your health. Drop one word in the chat that describes how you want to feel when you wake up in January. Is it confident? Is it energetic? Is it vibrant? Here's a good one. Unstoppable. Calm. Drop it in the chat and let me know. Okay, great. So good. No weight gain. That version of you isn't built by luck or willpower. It's built by those small habits and intentional choices that you start making today, or you started making and you're continuing with that blueprint. Does that make sense? Drop yes in the chat if you're with me. So, why is October that hidden start of the holiday sugar season? So, October is going to quietly open the door. You got the Halloween candy, like we were just talking about. You got pumpkin spice treats, office cookies. You go to your favorite coffee shop and you're like, I'll get that pumpkin latte and I'll pump in all that sugar into my latte, right? We don't think about it, but this is what starts to happen. You walk into the grocery stores and there's sugar and there's candy everywhere. And maybe you're tired. Maybe you've had a hard day. So you reach for your favorite treat, whatever that is. And you're like, I'll just have one. And then your brain knows what it feels like. It gets lit up. It gets that dopamine energy. And then you don't just want one. You want another one. You want another one, right? So I know from the years of doing this that research shows that from now until New Year's, I really want you to hear this. Now until New Year's, you will consume, if you choose to, most adults will consume an over amount of 500 calories per day from sugar and refined carbs. Ready for this? That is 1 pound of fat for every week. So why do so many people they gain 10 pounds? This is exactly why, right? They get stuck in the wrong momentum. They get off their train. And from my perspective, these carbohydrates and these sugars and these high fructose corn syrup and these treats, even if they're healthy, they are going to spike your blood sugar, right? The pancreas is going to release and raise your insulin. Cortisol is going to get triggered. And that's going to keep the nervous system in constant fight or flight. And that's, my friends, what I want to keep you out of. Think about for yourself as you're coming into the holidays, what is the first holiday treat you know will show up in your house or office? Let me know in the chat. What is that for you? Right. Cookies. Peanut butter cups. Yeah. So if we're aware of it, we don't have to lean into it. So I want to share a story with you. A patient of mine, high achieving CEO, used to say, I'll tighten up after the holidays. All the time. I've seen this individual for 15 years. By January 1st, she's always exhausted, inflamed, and just can't focus. and she's bloated. She's fed candida into her gut. And she's done this frequently until last year. And I was so proud of her. She chose to lead her Q4 differently. She chose to stay on her blueprint that we created together. Her treatments, her herbs, her homeopathic remedies. She was doing protein at breakfast for every meal. Her meals were mindful. And come January 2025, it felt like a fresh start. It didn't feel like she was coming in for a recovery again. So this is really near and dear to my heart because I will tell you, so many patients show up and sometimes they won't even come see me in January. January is my quietest month. So perhaps I should maybe go away this year in January. It's my quietest month. And so is the last 2 weeks in October. Unless somebody has cancer, autoimmune condition, or they're staying on track. Most people show up the last week in January, beginning of February, and they're just like, I don't know what happened. I feel like I got hit by a freight train. They just didn't stay on track. So when we start unpacking that for them, we realize what's happened. Right? They got stuck in the freight train. They got stuck in the sugar cycle, the treats, the parties, the celebrations. So when we think of sugar, I think of immunity and I think of inflammation. Sugar, immunity, inflammation. One single high sugar meal can suppress your immune system for 5 hours. I talked about that last week and I brought it back in again this week. Think about that as half of your waking day, your immune soldiers are completely distracted and they can't fight off viruses and bacterial infections that are coming your way. And as the virus season begins, sugar is literally lowering your body's defenses. Because remember, when blood sugar spikes, your white blood cell activity slows down, your inflammation increases, and you don't recover as well. Right? Have you ever noticed that when you see friends or family member, when they're stressed out, or you see them overindulging in alcohol or sugar and they're not getting their workouts and you're just aware of it, they get sicker. Type yes in the chat if you see that. Yeah. So here are some tips for you that you can think about, that you can put in your pocket. Remember, I'm just sharing. I'm not diagnosing. I'm not treating. Please check with your practitioner regarding this. But you want to support your immune system. You can take vitamin C or you can eat vitamin C rich foods like citruses, bell peppers, right? And then zinc is so great for your immune system. So that's like omega-3 fatty acids, it's fish oils, it's halibuts, it's salmon, it's nuts, it's pumpkin seeds. And then adaptogens like astragalus and licorice root are really good to modulate your stress and immunity. And there's so many great adaptogenic teas now in the stores, like the natural health food stores. Never used to be that way. And you can get them online as well. I remember when I started my journey, I don't know, 40 plus years ago, like all that wasn't in the store. We had to make our own. Right? So when I talk about the sugar spiral and hormonal chaos, this is what's happening. Here's the pattern. You have your sugar, your insulin surges, you crash, you release cortisol, and you want more. This is the roller coaster ride that continues through the holiday season. And you're depending on sugar for quick energy. So when over time you have low blood sugar, high blood sugar, chronic spikes are going to lead to insulin resistance. That is the root of metabolic dysfunction. And that's what researchers are now calling type 3 diabetes, which are Alzheimer's. Higher sugar intake is going to significantly increase dementia and Alzheimer's risk for you. It is tried, it's true, it's studied, it's out there. And in Science Direct in 2025, even 10 grams of added sugar will raise your Alzheimer's risk. But be honest, on a scale to 1 to 10, how strong are your sugar cravings when you're tired or stressed? I bet pretty strong. Right. 8, 10, 100%. You're not weak, you're wired. Your sugar is lighting up your dopamine pathway, and that is actually the same reward center that comes from addictive substances. Your brain's not just doing its job, it wants pleasure and safety, but we can retrain it. Women have the highest risk for brain health right now. I see so many women coming into my clinic with forgetfulness and memory issues right now. It's devastating. 1 in 4 women will be diagnosed. So after menopause, estrogen, which is one of the brain's protectors, reduces glucose metabolism in the female brain. Stable sugar isn't just about weight, you guys. It's about your long-term health and your brain longevity. The choices that you're making in your 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, they're shaping your cognitive function. Have you ever noticed that when you're not eating on track and you have brain fog or mood dips after sweets? Drop yes in the comments, or maybe no. I just choose not to eat sugar because I want my brain. And if I do eat sugars, it's first thing in the morning. I want you all to have your brain. Sugar is not your friend. So when we dive into the gut-brain inflammation, that's so important as well. You've heard me talk about this, but many of you are probably new today. Your gut and your brain talk through the biggest nerve in your body. It's the vagus nerve. It's called the wandering nerve. High sugar feeds harmful bacteria, weakens your gut intestinal lining, and that allows inflammation molecules to enter into your bloodstream. And guess what, my friends? That gut inflammation correlates with an amyloid plaque buildup. That's Alzheimer's. And you get measurable declines in your verbal memory. So when you're working on your digestion this year, you're helping support your brain health. Whether it's fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir, there's all sorts of fermented vegetables now. I've seen fermented beets and fermented carrots. Then you're adding really good fiber like flax seeds, chia seeds, veggies. So good for your gut to heal your gut. And I'll tell you that many people don't eat enough fiber, right? You want to get your fiber in. And herbs like turmeric and ginger and cinnamon, they help you with your gut-brain balance. So when I think about what the holiday health blueprint that could work for you right now, I'm going to give you 6 strategies to help you break this spiral. Please, I know you want to break it, and I am here to support you to break that. Eat your protein and healthy fats at every meal. Especially start with breakfast. What happens today will help set you up for what happens tomorrow. If you choose to have that sugary Danish or bagel and cream cheese or some sort of carb first thing in the morning, that's going to set you up for not that great of a day. But here's the key. You can always get on track with your next meal. Isn't that beautiful? You can always get on track with your next meal without beating yourself up and just blowing up for the whole day or for 15 days or 20 days or the whole season. But when you have 20 to 30 grams of protein and some healthy fat, that helps you stabilize your sugar. Getting in your hydration, what I call mineral-rich hydration. A pinch of sea salt plus electrolytes help you support your insulin sensitivity. So good for the body. We just talked about number 3, anti-inflammatory spices like curcumin, which is turmeric, cinnamon. These all help, and ginger, these all help lower your post-meal glucose. Fermented foods, they help boost your serotonin and plus GABA. And what does GABA do? That keeps you in a calmer mood. When you take care of your gut and you start to release sugar, that irritability, that anger, that agitation, unless something else is going on, we're just talking sugar here, and getting right sleep and moving your body will help you have a calmer mood. Who doesn't want a calmer mood so that they can get through the day and think straight? I just met with a patient today, and he was, sorry, not today, yesterday, and he was saying to me, like, from removing sugar and all the things that we're doing together, he finally can sit down and make it through his whole spreadsheet without having to take a break. That's great. That is when I am so happy, when my patients and people around me and Simple Health are doing so much better and they're healing. I miss my patients when I give them wings, but I know I've done my job. Mindful ritual, that's number 5, deep abdominal breathing. Just 5 minutes of breathing or even meditation and just getting out in nature is going to lower your cortisol and take you out of that fight, flight, stress mode. That will help you slow your cravings down. And then think about, like, if you're at a party, have in the back of your brain like phrases that make you feel comfortable. I'm to the point in my life right now and my health journey that I'm like, that is amazing. But I'm going to choose not to eat it right now because it just doesn't fit in with my lifestyle. Maybe you say, like, that looks delicious, but I'm satisfied right now. I'm really not hungry. And I want to say one trick that I always do is I always move my body before I go to a gathering or party, and I never show up hungry. Because you guys, when you show up hungry, that's when you start eating the wrong foods that don't fit best for you. So think about the 6. If you need to re-listen to it, listen to it. Which of the 6 feels easiest for you to start today? Let me know in the chat, because I'm trying to make it easy for you so that I can hold you and be connected with you through the holiday season. That's my goal. Because when you get through this season, it's one of the hardest seasons to get through. But when you get through it, you're going to be so proud of yourself when you wake up on January 2nd and you stay on your health goals. Sugar is just not your friend. And once you wrap your mind around that, it's going to take you on the best healing journey of your life. It's going to slow your joints down too, like from discomfort. You'll have more energy. You know, if you're training for something, you're going to have more energy to get through the day. So now if you're thinking to yourself, I know I need this structure, this blueprint that Dr. Donahue is sharing right now, I just need somebody to walk with me on it. That's exactly why I created Pocket Doc. It's my online membership where you're getting weekly handouts and audios to keep you accountable. You're in a community of like-minded, high achievers, leaders who are leading their life, who know that health isn't just a tool. You have to have health in order to live your life, and life moves quickly. And I go live twice a month so that I teach on a subject, but I also open it up for live Q&A so that you can show up and get your questions answered so you get closer proximity to me. And I create that step-by-step roadmap to help you stay off sugar, reduce your inflammation, balance your hormones, and really help you protect your brain. I'm going to drop the link in the chat, and I'm also going to drop it across. And so it's so much fun for me to create this. What I didn't share with you, and I'm just inviting you, if it works for you, great. And if it's something that like fits into your lifestyle, we're here with it. But I've been having so much fun creating it. It's one of this one and Become Your Own Doctor. They're one of my most favorite programs. And the accountability is key. You have your own community where you can come in and you can ask questions. And from now until the end of the year, I'm showing up for you and I'm helping you on your journey and keeping you accountable through the holiday season. So I'm going to open it up for questions. I'll wait a few minutes and see if anybody has any questions. Go ahead and drop them in the chat. For those of you that are live with me, is it about sugar? Is it about staying on track over the holidays? Like, where can I support you? Because I'm showing up to support you and I'm sending you love. And I know you've got this. You just need a little bit of support. I did too. And I need support in other areas. So I hire coaches and mentors to help me, right? Because we got to tame our mind, like get our body in the right place so that we can show up of the healthiest version of ourselves so that we can do what God put us on this earth to do. No questions coming up? There's so many of you live right now. All right. Well, if there's no questions, I hope you have an amazing weekend. I'll be going live on Monday. It's changing this week because I have a commitment in the morning. So I will be going live on Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're back to the same time next Friday at 2:30 p.m. And I'm going to help support you through the holidays. All right. I'm sending you so much love, light, health, and joy. And have a beautiful fall weekend ahead. And reach out to us if you need our support. And I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.